So, what the fuck? I'm glad I couldn't actually bet about the beginning of the Miz Dean Ambrose match. But I'm thinking that maybe tonight we should have changed the name of the pay per view to WWE Tries for More Fuck Ups Than the NFL Referees on Monday Night Football. It's kind of long, but I'm confused and I'm going to share it with you. First, Miz slaps Maurice. Maurice slaps Miz in the middle of the match. Referee knows the rules. Miz got attacked by an outside interfering person and completely ignores the rules. Miz still gets the win, but the referee basically goes, no, you know what? I'm going to do this my way. Let's make the fans cheer. Throw this bitch out of here. Completely ignoring the rules. Okay. I was wrong about the kickoff show also. Like I said, that one, it seems like they throw a match together with the face getting a win to get the crowd pumped up and excited. Kalisto wins, and the crowd goes, yay, go Kalisto. I was right about the tag team match. Sasha Banks and Rich Swann got the win, but not with the ending that I envisioned. I'm guessing Cedric Alexander is still not cleared to return. Or he will be soon, but they want to keep the feud going between Banks and Fox. Miz wins. And the referee in that one, aside from the fact that he threw out Maurice when Maurice got involved in the match, yes, it was obvious what was happening, but according to the rules, boom, match should have been over. Then, after throwing her out, instead of disqualifying Miz for her returning to the ring while he's distracted, instead of disqualifying Miz for her not following the rules there, he starts arguing with Dean Ambrose after Miz throws Ambrose into the referee. And he argues all the way around the ring, giving Miz enough time to hit the skull-crushing finale and win the match. But if he was arguing the whole way around and his plan was to disqualify Dean Ambrose, then why, when Miz hit the skull-crushing finale, did the ref slide into the ring and count the pin? If the match was supposed to be over by disqualification, that's an unnecessary thing. You talk to the announcer, you say Dean Ambrose got himself disqualified, and the winner and new champion, Miz. There was so much confusion to the ending of that, with things that should be done not actually getting done. I was right about the kendo stick on a pole match. Both of them. Well, Bayley got to the kendo stick first. Alexa Bliss used it more, a lot more. And Bayley's hesitation to go extreme and acting like a goody two-shoes, child, innocent competitor costs her a shot at the title. Boo. The Austin Aries, Neville match. Submission match. The only way to win is to make your opponent tap out. To make them tap out or... So why, when Neville grabbed for the referee, was the referee about to disqualify Neville? According to my understanding, there's not disqualification because the only way he can lose is if he taps out. So why did Austin Aries bother stopping the referee? Why did the referee, again, in another match, why did the referee go, I'm going to disqualify him? According to my understanding of the rules, there's not disqualification. So the interruption that happens in the match when the referee decides that he's going to call for the disqualification never should have happened. The referee, according to what I know, what I understand the rules to be, the ref should have taken his hand away from Neville and waited to see if Neville tapped out. Austin Aries shouldn't have had to break the hold to stop the ref from disqualifying Neville to keep his shot at the title. A match with, thankfully, no controversy involved, the tag team titles. Congratulations to Sheamus and Cesaro. Although it kind of proved my point. When I found out that the rules were escape only, I was like, well, that puts Sheamus at a disadvantage because he seems slower doing that kind of thing. And I was right. When they go to climb out, Cesaro lifts Sheamus up on top of the cage and then climbs up himself. And they still manage to beat the Hardys out of the ring. So, because Cesaro was able to help Sheamus, they actually got the believable race to see who wins. And Sheamus and Cesaro make it out first. I'm unsure about the rules for this kind of match where Jeff got back in and whether or not that meant that he actually had to escape. If anybody could show me where the rules say that he's allowed to go back in, but it means that he has to get back out again. If somebody could show me where I could find that, I'd appreciate it. On this one, I'm basically going off video game knowledge. I know if you're in a tag team steel cage match and you climb out, you can't get back into the ring. But video games don't follow the actual rules. So I'd like to see the writing where Jeff is allowed to go back in, but it means that he has to escape again. Because according to my understanding, the wording is the first two people to touch the floor are the winners. Jeff touched the floor. Matt touched the floor before Sheamus and Cesaro did, but Jeff having to come out again is what cost them the title. So seeing the actual wording, if anybody can find it, I'm going to try to Google it, and we'll see exactly if that information is available to find. So maybe there is some controversy there. Maybe the Hardys will be able to say, listen, our feet touched the floor first. Those are the rules of the match. Jeff touched, went back in, but Matt's feet hit the floor before Sheamus and Cesaro's did. So possible controversy, we'll see. I'm going to try to find the information on that. Again, this may be a rule change that I'm not aware of. The ending of the Fatal 5-Way match. I remembered that if you have an opponent in a chokehold or a sleeper and they pass out, you do the 1, 2, and if their arm drops the third time, they're out, it's all over. Used to happen all the time. If the rules on that have changed, then, and I'm just not aware of it, then Joe clearly gets the win here. But I called that Joe was coming in when Finn hit the coup de grace. I was like, okay, there's the drop kick, coup de grace, and here's Joe. And Brittany went, "How do you do?" And I was like, easy. He's been outside the ring forever. And he's the only one that didn't hit a finisher in the entire series. Well, I don't think Bray hit one. I think he went for Sister Abigail twice. And the first time he went for it on Seth, and Roman interrupted him. And then he went for it on Roman, and Roman countered, and spear, and or Superman punch, or whichever it was. And Roman just flies around the ring punching everybody. And then... So, the only controversy to that one is my knowledge incorrect? Was lifting Finn's arm the one time and it dropping how they decide a pass out now? Or is it still 1, 2, 3? That's another thing I'm going to try to find the information on. I am extremely I was very entertained by the matches that happened. The competition that took place was insane. It was awesome to watch. The results of some of the things I'm not so pleased with. I realized after I did my other predictions video that the most likely winner of the Fatal 5-Way would be Joe for one reason. Joe has multiple ways to end a match. And everybody else really has... Roman has the spear and the Superman punch, but really he's using the spear to finish matches. Probably one of the most entertaining parts of the night was watching Joe spike Roman like a volleyball during Roman's attempted drive-by. I'm a fan of Roman, but I laughed really, really hard when he just wham! And Roman just kind of, ugh. And there went all of his momentum. So that was probably one of the most entertaining parts of the night. As far as the results of most things, I understand that except for the kendo stick being allowed, the kendo stick on a pole match was a regular match. So interference from Nia Jax would have been a disqualification, to my understanding. So I get where I called that wrong as far as how it ended. I was sort of right about Jeff flying off the top of the cage. He did, but with Whisper in the Wind instead of the Swanton. Still entertaining to watch. I loved... And I knew... Everybody knew when the shirt came off that he was getting back in the ring and flying off the cage. And yes, that was exciting. What I'm not pleased about is all of the stuff that, to my understanding, shouldn't have taken place. And like I said, I'm going to check the information on certain things, but for a referee's decision to affect so many matches, especially ones where they're completely ignoring how the match, like you're affecting the ending of a match with referees doing stuff that doesn't make sense to me, and that bothers me. The ending of the submission match was awesome. The red arrow into the Rings of Saturn. Yeah, that was a nice combo. The referees having such an impact, that's the part that I don't get. Like, you have rules, you're there to do a job, and when you as a referee make a personal decision to continue a match or to affect the outcome of a match, yes, we all know that things are scripted. Things are going a certain way for a certain reason, and it's because that's the decision that is made. But find better ways to do it. Because referees looking biased in matches, especially the decision to keep the match going after, and like I said, Miz still won. Yeah, I predicted that one, but the whole continuation of that match after Maurice got involved, even though the point was to cost Ambrose the title, that's what the rules were. So I'm not pleased about the referees having such impact in the matches, but the competition was intense and entertaining tonight. So I'm pleased with the performance that they gave. As far as where things go from here, I don't even know. We'll obviously have either some kind of discussion where the Hardys say, listen, according to the rules, we win. Or we'll have a rematch between them and Sheamus and Cesaro. As far as where everything else is going, yeah. Samoa Joe loses to Brock Lesnar. And I think maybe, I don't know if they're trying to have Brock as a face, a heel, or if he's just supposed to be the guy who comes out and destroys everybody. But the fact that they're putting him against a heel to start with says to me that they want it is Joe. And it's possible that the whole point of putting Joe or Bray Wyatt as the option is to prove even more how dominant and destructive the Beast is. Because if Brock Lesnar walks in there against Joe, throws him around, and finishes a match like he did against Goldberg to keep his title, just taking everything Joe throws at him and treating Joe like one of those slam dolls. You know, the ones you hit him on the floor and they, real live action noises. If Brock does that to Joe, yay, he's the Beast. But you know what I'd like? I'd like a champion who's fucking around. And I don't mean messing around. I mean I want somebody who, when the teacher calls his name, can stand up and say, fucking present. Anyway. I'm irritated because of my confusion about where things go from here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check tomorrow night, and I'll let you guys know where I think things might be going from there. Because right now I'm baffled as to some of the that's going on. Have a good one. Bye, guys.